So you're going for bass or trout?
I guess everything.
Everything?
Yeah,
okay.
Whatever gets on the line, as long as it tugs, it's fine for me.
Good. So let's start out. They're called Clouser minnows. With those, you're going to be able to get basically any kind of bass that you'll be able to think about.
Okay.
So with those guys, they're these right here. Most of the time, you're going to be going for mainly green things, just because that's what's around here.
Right.
For like perch, bait fish, and things like that.
Okay.
Now, let's see. We're probably going to want a number 6. Just because it has a little bit of a smaller hook, works for smaller bass. So I'd definitely go with something like that.
Okay.
And I'd also go with probably some leeches. We have some here. I recommend the smaller ones. That are these guys right here.
Okay.
They're pretty small. Black is the best color for that. So I'd probably go with one of those. Woolly buggers are going to be the most popular ones for bass fishing around here. And with that, you're always going to want to go black with woolly buggers.
Okay.
If you're further up north, that's where other colors kind of come into play. And let's see, what else can we use for this kind of winter?
I'm gonna be going to the coast also, I'll be going to Rockport and
that's the case,
redfish, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, if that's the case, these shrimp. I'd probably pick up 2 of these if you're going to be going out there, because these can get torn up by redfish really quickly. They're stronger fish.
I'll take 2.
So we'd probably do a couple of those.
Yeah.
And right now, since we're kind of later on in the season and we're not summer anymore, a lot of things like your dragonflies and your grasshoppers aren't going to work as well anymore.
Okay.
So you're mainly going to want to find stuff that's going to be on top of the water. Luckily, we're still at a point where actual flies that fly around, those still work pretty well. And with those, we're going to have some of those over here. These like flying ants and stuff like that.
Okay, nice.
With these are a little bit light to throw, so you're going to want to definitely have a pretty small tippet on the end of it. So we'll give you one of those guys as well.
What about trout?
With trout?
Because the season's going to be coming up already too. So
yeah, they're going to be stocked in the Guadalupe here in just about a month.
Yeah.
With trout, you can throw just about the same things. Usually I'm throwing the Clouser minnows in about that same color. Especially if you're at the head of the Guadalupe. You can really get away with just about everything with those guys, luckily. Where do we have our eggs at? Here we go. And they're actually pretty active. You'll have some luck off of these. I've never had really great luck off of them, but I've heard people that have had luck.
Okay, so I'll come back for that then. Yeah, for sure.
And really, it's all about going out there and kind of seeing what's still around.
See what's going on. Yeah, because I'm working Monday to Friday at the coast. Then I come here on the weekend. So I guess today I'm just going to practice with it and go and try to mess with some bass and stuff like that.
Let's get you some Tippet real quick.
Okay.
It's pretty cheap right now. Let's see if we can find something. Here we go. So this is all freshwater Tippet, which will work well around here. Whenever you're in saltwater, you're probably going to want to go with the Palmer Tippet, just because it's a little bit more durable. So around here, 2 or 3x is usually what you're going to want to do. I usually go 3 or even 4. This is mainly just for bass fishing, because this is going to be pretty similar to 8-pound test.
Okay.
So that's going to get you taken care of for Tippet. And have you ever fly fished before?
Never.
Okay, good deal.
Never.
So what we have set up in there, it comes with backing fly line already included.
Okay.
The way that the line works with that is you're going to have your backing, which is you're never going to even see whenever you cast.
Okay.
You're going to have your fly line, which starts off really, really narrow and then gets wider towards the end, just to give it more weight. Since have you ever done any regular fishing before?
Yeah. Okay, I've done bass fishing.
Okay, so you know how whenever you cast, you're using the weight of the actual lure itself to do the cast?
Yes.
With this, you're using the weight of the line instead.
Okay.
So that's how you can throw these smaller ones. So at the end of your fly line, you're going to have a leader on the end of that, which usually ranges right around 2 to 3 feet long. And then on that, you're going to tie on your Tippet.
Okay.
And so I can show you how to tie it onto there.
Man, that'd be nice.
Yeah. And so here are all of the leaders that we do have. If you are going to be doing any kind of salt water, then I would probably just stick with a saltwater leader, because you can use it in freshwater as well. And it's going to handle a lot stronger.
Yeah, I guess I'll take that also.
So let's see if we have any 3-packs. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this might be what we're going to go with. So luckily with leaders, you don't have to change them out very often at all. Since you're going to be tying onto the end of it, it's the tippet that's going to be, you know, going down more and more and more until you get to the leader, and then you just tie on more tippet.
Okay, got you.
So that'll get us taken care of there. And one other type of fly that actually does work really well for any kind of bass is going to be poppers. And poppers work really well for redfish too, since it gives it a little bit of topwater action. That's mainly these guys here. On the coast, you're probably going to want something a little bit larger, but in freshwater, whenever you're just bass fishing, something a little smaller.
Right.
All three of these colors are probably going to work just about everywhere.
Okay.
So I'll leave that up to you which one you want to get.
I'll take the middle one. Looks nice.
Yeah. So we'll grab one of those guys, and luckily these are super durable. If you want to feel it, it's actually a harder plastic.
Oh, okay.
But it still floats.
Right, right.
Because it's a plastic around a foam center.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So
I think I'm gonna have fun today.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I'm actually gonna take this reel out real quick.
Okay.
And I'm gonna show you a different kind of way to put that leader on there that makes it a lot easier whenever you're. So here's a leader that's already on it, which you can use this leader to start off with, just because it's it's gonna be pretty cheap and.
Yeah, so I don't have to mess this up yet.
Exactly. Yeah.
I got you.
That way, that one can stay pretty nice. But you see how they have that tied on?
Is that a blood knot?
It's called a nail knot, actually.
A nail knot?
So it basically just coils this around the fly line and then clenches down on it.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do the same thing, but with a little bit of monofilament. And I'm going to put what's called a perfection loop at the end of that. That way we can just do a loop-to-loop connection. It's a lot easier than having to have a tool to do a nail knot onto it. And that way you can just slip it on, slip it through, and then you're good to go. It's a lot easier to do on the water.
Awesome.
So I'm going to run into the back real quick, and I'm going to get that taken care of since we have all our tools back there. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut out that nail knot to start off with. Make sure that we just have the leader material right here. And here's that fly line. We have some 20-pound monofilament right here. We'll cut off a little bit. And you take your nail knot tool, that guy right there. And the way that you're going to do it is, you're going to put probably about 1/4 of the line through there. Then you do 6 rounds around it. After you do that, we're just going to run this right through that coil that I just made. Just like that. After you have that through, take a fly line and it goes the same direction. There we go. Put a little extra through. And the important part from here is this thumb is only going to hold the fly line. It's not going to hold that monofilament. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take this monofilament and go ahead and pull that right off onto it. Just like that. And then whenever you pull onto this tag line here at the end, it cinches right down on it. From there you can kind of, before you tighten it down, pull it down to where you want it to be on that line, and then you'll really cinch it down. Just like that. And now that's not going to go anywhere on that line whatsoever. Then you take that tag line, snip it as close as you can get to it, and you do the same thing with that fly line, that little bit left. Just like that. If you want to take a closer look at that, that's not going to be going anywhere on that line, and it just makes that monofilament cinch around that fly line.
That'll hold a bass or whatever.
Oh yeah, that'll hold just about anything.
That's awesome, man. It seems like it'll just slip off, but
no, with that nail knot, it's actually a really, really strong knot because it cinches down on the inside, and all those coils tighten down on each other, making sure that it has a lot of friction on that line.
Oh yeah.
And especially since this line is so soft, it bends it down as tight as it
grabs
can go.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So after that, we're going to do a perfection loop in this monofilament. And the way that you do a perfection loop is, you do a loop, make sure that tag end is going behind the line itself, just like that. And you're going to go in front of your thumb, back around that loop, and then one more loop right between those two. Then over. You're going to grab your pliers like that, and that second loop that you made, you pull it right through that first loop. Just like that. That way whenever you pull it through, you have a self-setting knot that doesn't go anywhere. So that loop isn't going to get bigger and it's not going to get smaller. The important part is do not touch this line, and you're going to cut that as close as you can to the knot itself. So then you have a traction loop in that end, and we're going to do the same thing to the end of this leader. Just like that.
Nice,
now the other leader that you bought already has this in there.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about tying it at all. And most
I need practice, so it didn't matter. So
yeah, grabbing some monofilament is definitely the easiest way to practice that. So then you snip that close. All right. And so after that, putting that through the leader material and then the leader through there. And luckily there are only 2 ways to do it, so you'll know if you did it right or wrong.
Okay.
Pull that back through, then makes a nice little square knot, just like that.
Nice.
Yep. So with the tippet, you're gonna want to keep this steel on there. Otherwise, that tippet is gonna get everywhere, and it's really small.
I got you.
So all that you have to do is pull, and it'll move around. And with this, you want probably about 2 feet of tippet, and that just gives you enough to work with. That way, you don't have to change it out every time that you want to change out a fly. So the knot that you use in order to put your leader material onto your tippet is called a double uni. And so all that you do is you get both lines, make sure that you have plenty of space on both ends, and you get them together just about like that. Now we're going to go ahead and start with the tippet. What you're going to want to do is grab that tag end right over here, and you make a loop. You touch that loop right there, that way you have a circle there, and then all that you're going to do is you're going to go around both lines about 4 or 5 times. There's 4 of them. Pull that part tight, cinch it down, coils nicely like that, and then you do the same thing with the other side. And this is the really hard part to do on the water.
On the kayak.
And on a kayak.
Standing up, maybe.
Exactly.
No, I ain't gonna be standing up. I'll sit down for it.
There we go. So after you make both of those coils, all that you have to do is you pull both ends. Those coils go onto one another, and then they set just like that. There we go. And then that's another really tight knot that's not going to be going anywhere with that. So then you have your tippet, you have your leader, and you have just about everything else that you might need. The biggest thing that I can tell you is that they say to cast between 10 and 2, it's always smaller than you think.
Okay.
It's not that much motion. Try to avoid using your wrist too much.
Okay.
Because the most important thing in your cast is making sure that tip of your rod makes a completely straight line through both parts of the cast.
Oh.
That's going to allow that line to actually gain momentum, since it's just a forward and backwards momentum.
Right.
It doesn't matter where you're casting, just as long as you have a straight line going.
Okay.
So it's mainly going to be, you can use a little bit of wrist, but it's mainly going to be in this part.
I got you.
And then always have your thumbnail up, because that's going to be the direction that you're casting.
All right. Thank you again. I appreciate that. You have yourself a good day.
You too.
I will.